Ohio gozaimasu. This is Brian Batista. My friends call me Bunny. Today is episode 16, Harmony and Balance. This episode I really wanted to focus on the quintessential foundation that I see in the Japanese aesthetics. I think it's their innate sense of harmony and balance in all things, whether it's their art or architecture. There's even this in their culture or even their gardens, as we've seen some of the stuff I've filmed here. They seem to have all these elements well composed, and all aspects of their existence have harmony and balance, making these fundamentals an integral part of their daily life. These things are almost mundane and simple. There's a focus on things that are impermanent. And it almost seems like everything is in some way almost lacking. It's intangible, and the fact that you need to find pleasure and beauty in it yourself. You know, unlike the contemporary Western world where things really have to be spelled out to give them meaning. The Japanese aesthetic of this harmony and balance allow you to find that space in between and discover it and enjoy it for yourself. I find that their aesthetic is very tasteful, often delicate. They seem to take a careful and mindful approach in everything they do, from folding textiles and wrapping gifts. So this is another ideal that they have, a Yu-Gen, and it's this profound grace and subtlety. I think I see it in their gardens. It's as if everything that they observe in nature, every detail that they have of this chaotic world is organized and distilled into its elements of beauty. You know, these things that are emphasized or exaggerated, like the knobs and the hills between the water, they're meant to represent the greater picture of land. But they're exaggerated almost in a cartoon fashion. You know, even bones that are like cartoons shrunken. Perfectly manicured, perfect grass. They're bulbous and brown and exaggerated. And yet, within that, everything seems to be perfectly arranged and measured. And it's in harmony with its surroundings. The other thing that I really enjoy about this aesthetic is everything is nature-based, so it's fleeting, like a passing cloud. You know, it's as if they've attempted to attain perfection. And yet, maybe within all that, the opposite is true. You know, things don't aim to be perfectly symmetrical. There's this sense of things not being completed, and everything is not permanent. You know, things ebb and flow, just as the seasons do. And in Japan, they very much respect those changes of the seasons. So there's this subtle undercurrent. Like water, you never step in the same river twice. And I think they get so much joy and beauty from this very fact. You know, they're using natural materials, water, rock, sand, plants. You know, they're all notes playing in the symphony of seasons. This is that part of harmony. Balance being that it's not too much or too little. It's not chaotic or in your face. You know, very few things bring my eyes such pleasure as nature. And I think the Japanese aesthetic amps it up. And it's an artistic cultivation and an apparent love and the influence of man's hands in creating man's vision of this harmony and balance that they've observed, in a way taking what's perfect about the world and trying to make a more perfect world with it. I think even in my own practice there's a lot that can be learned from the Japanese aesthetic, but also a professionalism that can be attained by just showing that much care, maybe that much tasteful, delicate elegance in showing one's ideas of what beauty are. I hope you enjoy this episode and join me again for the next one.